I rewatched the Super Mario Brothers movie in preparation for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Does the Super Mario Brothers movie hold up? Or was its success inflated by Nintendo fans at the time? Here is my review of the Super Mario Brothers movie 2023, almost 3 whole years later. Yes, the power-up mushroom does just make Mario bigger, but in this movie they make a point of pointing out how small Mario is usually. He's a short king. And that short king, when he eats the mushroom, he grows tall. He's now eye level with Peach. I'm sure that's a lot of short king's dreams. And not only that, but they make a whole point of oh, you didn't just get taller, you got stronger. And he's immediately able to start punching bricks like he does in the games. The cat suit from Super Mario World, of all things, makes a really great showing in this film. During the Coliseum fight between Mario and Donkey Kong, Mario gets his catsuit power-up, and at first everyone's like, oh, that's so goofy, haha, you got the bad power-up. But then, shout out to Mario the character, and also Chris Pratt, the voice actor voicing him. Yes, I'm gonna give Chris Pratt some credit here. Mario really owns the goofiness of the catsuit power-up. He hits us with the meow. And 10 out of 10 from Chris Pratt. He really said that, and he didn't hold back. He got goofy with it. And so did Mario in turn in the movie. Basically, he realizes, I'm a cat. And then he starts using his cat ninja skills to outspeed the strong Donkey Kong. Talk about another great Easter egg when Donkey Kong enters the film in that Coliseum scene. He comes in singing, DK. Donkey Kong, the DK rap. You love it. It still hits. I love that he says it's on Donkey Kong. This was a good movie for my man DK. I cannot say the same though about Toad. Oh, they did poor Toad dirty in this movie, and it still bothers me. He shows up, and he's just the exposition character at first, and that's fine. You're introduced to the Mushroom Kingdom with him. He's pretty funny, he's pretty entertaining, and it's okay that he's not really connecting with Mario. He's more just talking at Mario. Because you get to take in all the beautiful visuals and Easter eggs, you're kind of distracted from the lack of dynamic between these two. But every time he comes back, he's basically like any other Toad. He's just a pawn in the story, a set piece. He's got a slightly elevated status in that he's Toad, not one of the Toads. But he really doesn't do much more than the other Toads in the movie. They kind of make it seem like he's gonna be more of something because Princess Peach is like, wow, I've never had a Toad brave enough to join me on a journey. And then at the end, he just gets used as leverage for Bowser to coerce Peach into marriage. Poor Toad, man. I hope he gets better treatment in the Mario Galaxy movie, especially because I feel like Keegan-Michael Key really falls into his role as Toad. Him, Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong, and Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach aren't merely celebrities voicing a character, the way that Charlie Day and Seth Rogen feel as Luigi and Donkey Kong respectively. They feel like these characters that we know from the video games brought to the screen and given a voice. So yeah, for how well Keegan-Michael Key performs Toad, I hope Toad gets better treatment in the sequel. And of course, I talked about how he's only used as leverage for Bowser to coerce Peach into marriage. And yeah, Bowser in this movie is basically an incel. He thinks by taking the Power Star and by invading Peach's kingdom, he can be like, hey, let's get married and we can merge our armies and take over the world as a dictatorship. And Peach is like, that's insane. I would never do that. And then Bowser's like, well, let me hurt your Toad friend real quick. She's like, don't hurt my Toads. And he's like, okay, guess we're getting married. And yeah, it's kind of a dark plot, but it really is sold by the excellent performance by Jack Black. If you know anything about this movie, you know his song, Peaches, 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 Peaches. Reppin' the Peach shirt today. And yeah, Bowser really steals the show. You can't have a great hero in Mario without that great opposing antagonist in Bowser. So I just said a lot positive about this movie, I think. So let's bring in some negative. I want you to guess in the comments right now. In the Super Mario Brothers movie, what percentage or fraction of the film are the two Mario brothers together on screen? If your guess was 1/3 of the movie, or just about 30 minutes of the 90-minute runtime, then congratulations, you win. I don't have anything to give you, but I guess you win the satisfaction of being right. Yeah, I think really the biggest problem with the Super Mario Brothers movie is that the Super Mario Brothers aren't together a lot. It's really unfortunate because their dynamic, their interactions as brothers, I think is really strong. I think it is the core of the film. Mario's arc in the film is this self-confidence arc, you know? He already has all the stuff he needs. He just needs to recognize that it's an asset and not a detriment. Mario, of course, he stands up for the little guy, including his little brother Luigi, and he is a glutton for punishment. He will not back down from a fight. Peach spells this out for us. She literally tells him and us, the audience, that like, hey, that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. Meanwhile, Luigi's arc, it's an obvious one to write for Luigi, but he wants to step up to the plate and be like his big brother, who won't back down, who stands up for him. He wants to be brave, just like his brother. And I think that scene where he comes in to make the save for Mario and holds up the manhole cover, which is funny because they're plumbers, he's holding up the manhole cover to shield Mario from this blast of Bowser's fire. They're behind it and it's like slowly melting the thing. It's good drama, it's good action. And Luigi repeats a line from earlier in the movie that Mario said to him, which is, as long as we're together, we're strong. I'm definitely paraphrasing, but it's like stronger together, you know? And then they join hands, they get the Power Star, they beat up Bowser. It's a really awesome scene, but unfortunately, I do have to say, I don't think it's earned. I see what the filmmakers were doing here, right? They're stripping away the brothers dynamic. They're putting them on separate paths so they can have these individual journeys. And then through these individual journeys come together. And then at the end of the movie, we are seeing the genesis of the Mario Brothers. What they claim to be in that commercial that they make in the beginning of the movie, they are now actually the heroes who can save Brooklyn. And I think they could have got there if Luigi had a little more agency in his separate arc. I do love what we get. I love this horror movie scene we get that's a nod to Luigi's Mansion. And you get a really cool implementation of how the dry bones are in the game and just making it really scary looking in this movie. Love that scene. I also love the scene you get of Luigi being captured, interrogated by Bowser. And you know, he's scared out of his mind, but when asked if a princess would like Mario, he doesn't back down. He's honest. He has full love and confidence in his brother. He's like, she would if she has good taste. And Bowser's threatening to rip his stash off. He does rip out a tuft of hair. Luigi pays for standing up for himself, you know? He makes a stand. And it's good little scenes, but then forget about him for a little bit while Mario adventures around with Peach and Donkey Kong. And I think Mario's arc is done really great. I love what we get out of his interactions with Peach. I love what we get out of his interactions with Donkey Kong. I think it fleshes out all of those characters and all of those dynamics really nicely. But we kind of forget about Luigi for a little bit. And so when he comes in to make the save, that's like following up on a character beat from like almost an hour before in the movie. I timed it. So yeah, if they were trying to do this like split up the brothers, make them grow as individuals so that they can then come together and be stronger together as brothers, I think they could have done that, but they really didn't flesh out Luigi's arc enough. Second thing I would have fixed was just have them split up for less time. Still split them up, but maybe for a third of the movie instead of 2/3 of the movie. That is a lot of time for the Mario Brothers to not be together. I think you have a fun adventure in this original Mario Brothers movie from 2023, but because we bounce from it's a story about Mario and Luigi to now it's a story about Mario and Peach to now it's a story about Mario and Donkey Kong, it's a little disjointed, it's a little messy, but it's fun messy and has a lot of great Easter eggs. One other major change I want to see going from the original Mario movie going into Mario Galaxy, less needle drops, guys. there was way too many needle drops in this movie. A needle drop, if you don't know, are those moments in movies where you cut to a montage and this iconic licensed radio song starts playing. A lot of the times they can be very hyper-specific. For example, this movie tries to reheat Shrek 2's nachos by playing I Need a Hero by Bonnie Tyler during this sequence while Mario is training with Princess Peach. But like, you can't do that when Shrek 2 did it. And Trolls. And hey, my name is Hero. I think I can say if I Need a Hero is overplayed in kids' animated movies. Another really egregious use of the needle drops is during the portion of the movie in Kong Country. We get 2 needle drops around Mario Kart stuff. We have Take On Me playing while they drive around to show off like, this is the Kong Kingdom, we're on a cart. Isn't it crazy that we're like in a jungle and we have all this Mario Kart stuff? And it's like a pretty scene, but like the needle drop does make that scene weaker. And then only 10 minutes later, we get another needle drop montage where AC/DC's Thunderstruck plays over Mario and crew building their carts. All of the scenes that used these licensed songs would have been so much stronger if they just used Mario music. Every piece of orchestrated music that references Mario in this movie was so good. They had Koji Kondo, the original composer of Mario's music, involved in the music for this movie. There's another guy who actually produced the score, but the fact that they got Koji Kondo's involvement in this movie to get that score feeling as Mario-y as possible is so cool. During the climax, during these action segments where first Mario and Donkey Kong storm the kingdom and they're using all their powers, there's really great scoring done all throughout that references all kinds of Mario music. And they do the same thing again with Mario and Luigi beating up Bowser at the end. It really makes the action hit harder too. It's just so well done. Love the music in this movie when it's not a licensed song. Some final thoughts. Really cool that you get to see the Mario Brothers doing some plumbing in this movie. I think if they were gonna do like a Mario goes from the real world to the wacky Mushroom Kingdom, actually basing it in his roots of he's a plumber and he had past jobs of like working for a wrecking crew. I think that makes a lot of sense. It's super inspired. And it's a little bit of a flex on the 90s movie too, because the 90s live action Mario movie starts the same way, where Mario's an everyman from our world, but goes to the Mario world. But in that movie, the Mario world isn't the Mushroom Kingdom at all. It's just this weird cyberpunk future nonsense. I have a video where I watched that movie with my friend Dan. If you want to see some wackiness and have a good time with us, you should definitely check out that collaboration I did. I'll link it in the description. His channel is Marinara Man, and we also did a review of this original Mario movie back on his channel a couple years ago when the movie came out. So if you want to compare my thoughts now to what I thought then of the movie, I recommend checking out either of our videos we did about the Mario movie. This is one of my favorite collaborations I did too. Those 2 videos were a collaboration, and I think those came out super great. Check them out if you haven't. I was going to segue that into call to action, but I did have one more major thing I wanted to say about this movie, and that's the fact that I think it was obvious that the sequel was going to be the Mario Galaxy movie in retrospect. I think Peach's mysterious past and how she's like, there's a large universe out there. She might even say the word, it's a large galaxy out there, and it pans up to the stars. It definitely implied that they wanted to go to Mario Galaxy next. And my tinfoil hat theory is that in this movie, in the Mario Galaxy movie, they are going to reveal that Princess Peach and Princess Rosalina are sisters. Not only that, Nintendo is going to find a way to write that into all Nintendo canon. It's going to be a huge thing. Everyone's going to be like, what? And yeah, it's all going to originate from this movie. In a movie produced by Nintendo instead of a game, we are going to get the crazy lore drop that Princess Peach and Princess Rosalina are sisters. I think the presence of Lumily in this movie, and also they do a little reference to Star Fox. They have the R-Wing on top of Mario's TV. There's a bunch of Nintendo stuff referenced in the Mario movie, but I think there was enough space stuff referenced in this movie that anyone who came out of that movie a couple years ago thinking, hey, I think they're gonna do the Mario Galaxy movie next. They would be correct, and their observation skills are very good. I totally thought they were gonna do the Mario World movie next. To go straight into Mario Galaxy is super exciting. I thought they were gonna do Mario World next because of that post-credits scene where they showed the Yoshi egg. It's like, okay, we'll get some Yoshi love in the next movie. But Yoshi is also very pivotal to Mario Galaxy 2, so I like that left it open. They teased a bunch of stuff they could have gone for next. And ultimately, they went as big and cinematic as they could. They went, let's go straight to space. And just talking about it, I haven't been like as hyped for this sequel as I was for the original movie. But now I kind of am. I want to see if they stick the landing, if they do the Mario movie that we had a couple years ago, but this time just bigger and better. Will it be the Switch 2 of Mario Bros. Movies? I guess we'll have to stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel to see my review of the new movie when that comes out. I probably won't drop that review on premiere day, but you know, within a week. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss that when it comes out. And if you liked what I had to say, make sure to give the video a like. And of course, the peak way to interact with any video, please feel free to discourse with me about my thoughts on the movie in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, stay super. Should I score the movie? Should I give it a score? 7 out of 10. A very enjoyable ride, but a little shallow, a little surface level in the storytelling department. They definitely left themselves room for improvement.